Matthews, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be with the teachers today evening. So we shall directly start off the session without much delay. Okay, so this is all about art integration, and especially I'll take you, it will be a general session for classes 1 to 8, primary section especially, and general art integration activities that you can do in the classrooms. And later on in the second session, NEENA will take you through how you can pair certain states and how you can conduct art integration sessions in your classrooms. Okay. Now, first, as I wish that you all be active and just participate in this activity. The purpose of education. When you say the purpose of education, what comes to your mind? Can you just type out on the chat box, please? The purpose of education. What's the purpose of education? Why should we have schools? Why should children go to school? What is the purpose of educating our children? Can you type out on the box, in the box here, chat box? I'm waiting for acquiring knowledge, overall development, learning, okay? Learning to gain knowledge, okay? And to make them aware about things, okay? Good. Socializing, social skills, developing personality, holistic development. Wow, very good, very fast. What is the overall objective of this? Yes, good. Building competencies, holistic development. Very good, teachers. Thank you. Thanks for being active a little bit. And here, and sustainability. Yes, all over development. Thank you, teachers. Very good. So the purpose of education you have already told me. So this purpose of education, I'm sure you have come across all these words here. I'm just going to the next slide. So I'm sure you have come across all these words in your schooling, especially when it comes to art integration. Joyful, the purpose of education is joyful learning, multidisciplinary, creating a positive impact on the hearts and minds of our children, communication, confidence, self-esteem, yes, and exploration, critical thinking, application, research, art-based activities, deeper understanding of concepts. The entire purpose of education is to make our children think, is to make our children confident, it is to make our children inquiry-based, to develop the inquiry-based learning, exploration, creative thinking, to develop their imagination and positive things. So the main purpose of the education is this, and that is how it is being associated with our education system, and it is being brought into our education system through art integration. So the objective of the entire art integration are these highlighted points that we see, and when we come to art integration, these words will frequently keep coming into our classrooms, in our lesson plans and day-to-day work. Okay, so here when we say art, what is art about? If I ask you to draw, I'm sure all of you will draw it differently. I'll give you one particular concept, and if I ask you to draw that particular concept, each one of you will draw it in different ways. What is the reason beyond it is that everyone's expression is entirely different. Everyone expresses their feelings, their thoughts, their imagination in different ways. So art is a creative expression of an individual. It can be in any form. It can be either through dance, it can be through singing, it can be through art, through craft, or it can be through acting, a body language, kinesthetic language. So maybe through sports. So each one exhibits their art form in different ways. That's the reason, like we are sitting in a classroom, 30 children, we are just pouring out things onto our children and just dumping in knowledge, and just one method, 30 different children sitting in our classroom, and our teaching methodology is one. So we need to question how our one teaching methodology will reach out to 30 children in our classrooms. Okay, so here that is what art integration comes in, and how we relate our subjects to different to different expressions, and how we take up our classrooms in an interesting way, and how this will reach to all the children in our end of the day. Each and every child should benefit out of what we are doing in our classrooms. Yes, so when arts, education, when you say it is about dance, music, theater and visual arts. So when you say dance, is not necessary, it has to be, it can be different genres, it can be choreography, even physical education, yoga, everything comes under dance. Movements, any kind of movements in the classrooms, it comes under dance, music, okay, and sound mixing, orchestra, chorus, band. So all these things can be brought into your classroom situation. I'll explain to you, just give certain examples how you can integrate this in your teaching. Theater, playwriting, acting, public speaking, doing a small kind of skit in the classroom, all this can help. Okay, visual arts, studio arts, media, and digital. So these are the different forms. And when you say art integration, of course, there are various ways. Like, it's not necessary that you apply all these things to a particular lesson, but maybe one lesson, one particular activity you can take up and you can design it in your lesson plans. So these are role play, videos, photography, slideshows, designing, visit to historical places, sketching, sculpture, dance form, creative, art reservoir, jewelry making, paper quilling, arts exhibition. So these are the list of suggestive activities that you can do in your classrooms. So when you say interdisciplinary, what is interdisciplinary? Right from lower classes, you can start up with interdisciplinary project. It is nothing but, it is just going out of your content, out of your subject. Earlier days, it was math teacher. I am a science teacher. I know I'm good at science, but I am not able to relate it to maths or science or social studies. But children learn through relativity. When they are able to apply the learned knowledge to other subjects and to their day-to-day personal life, learning becomes interesting for children. Okay, and they're able to relate with all subjects. For example, what union territories, you are teaching them union territories. So when you are teaching them union territories, you can teach, of course, when it comes to the social culture, the tradition of that place, the climate of that place. Okay, so that comes under social. Then you have science, inquiry, reasoning. What's the nature? What is the economy of that place? The science, inquiry, reasoning of that nature, ecology, the pollution, about anything, relativity to science, research, everything comes under science, inquiry, and reasoning. Anything related to reasoning, anything related to research comes under science part. So ecology of that place, the vegetation of that place, everything comes under science. And then data collection of survey and population. When you are teaching union territories, what is the population? What is your children take a survey, they collect data, they collect information about the population of that place, men and women of that place, what is happening there, what is the economy of that place, and what does the country's economy depend on. So all these kinds of natural resources comes under science. So all these things, when you're taking union territory social lesson, but you are connecting with all other subjects. English, you can prepare a scrapbook, and there are so many vocabulary words that will come in. You can give creative writing, you can give creative, just a picture of that place. Any kind of picture. I'll just show you what is picture reading all about. Just one picture reading, and children can go on talking about that place. So it is about language. Children are developing their language skill, creative language expression, vocabulary, scrapbook. So one particular social studies topic you are taking, and you are connecting with all the other subjects. How this can be done? Teachers can sit together. You can take a particular, not necessary each and every lesson you have to integrate, maybe 1 or 2 lessons in a month. Sit with the other subject teachers in your staff room and plan out, this is the lesson I'm taking, and this is how we can integrate and make it interesting for our children. I'll go through maths section little bit, maths and art. Now, when it comes to lower classes and all, when you go to low, yeah, someone's, this thing is on, can we switch it off please? Yeah, can you mute yourself? Now, how singing can be made interesting. Maths topic, you are taking a maths topic. Now, you are teaching them addition, subtraction, multiplication in lower classes. And you can develop their mental skills, mental math skill. Now, I'll just sing a little bit through singing. You can make it very interesting for the lower class. Instead of just asking them 2 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 2 plus 8, 8 minus 4. Instead of asking them lower classes, you just through some song, you can just take up like this. 10 green bottles standing on the wall. 10 green bottles standing on the wall. 4 green bottles accidentally fall. Children have to say the answer. There are 6 green bottles standing on the wall. There are 6 green bottles standing on the wall. You get it? There are 20 green bottles standing on the wall. 12 green bottles accidentally fall. There are 8 green bottles standing on the wall. This is addition, subtraction. There are 12 green bottles standing on the wall. I add 4 more bottles to the wall. There are 16 green bottles standing on the wall. There are 6 green bottles standing on the wall. I add 6 more bottles to the wall. There are 12 green bottles standing on the wall. There are 12 green bottles standing on the wall. So this becomes more interesting for the children. Like, it's mental maths. It will develop their mental math skill, and you're teaching them backward counting. So you can go like, 10 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mother duck said quack, quack, quack. 9 little ducks came back, back, back. So you are teaching them backward counting. 9 little ducks, 8 little ducks. So singing can be in lower classes. You can make it interesting by adding little bit of tune and music. So when you are teaching parts and wholes, you are teaching to the children. Now here you can show them flag. Okay, you're showing them flag, you're teaching them fractions, and you're teaching them parts. You can relate it with, now you see, it is just about maths, but now you can relate it with the flags of other countries. Ask them to bring the flags or pictures of flags of different countries. Ask them to write it down, ask them to color it. Yes, there are so many interesting things that the children can do. They're learning fractions. At the same time, they're learning to identify the flags of various countries. Here you have the pizza. So when you're having the pizza, so you can talk about pizza just about, not about the fractions, about the parts, but you can integrate it beautifully, where the cheese is made, how the cheese is made, and what is that, where do you find this? Italy, you talk about Italy, and what is the food stuff over there. It is culinary. It is culinary means it is about food. So you are talking about food. So you are integrating it to different countries, the culture, and who likes it, who doesn't like it, what is their favorite food, and what is the food of so and so place. So you are integrating, you are teaching parts and wholes, but you are integrating with other subjects too. Now here you have the chocolate. Now when you have the chocolate, then you are teaching them fractions, and then ask them to gather some chocolate wrappers, whatever chocolate wrappers they have got. With that chocolate wrappers, ask them to open up the wrappers and just ask them to check. Now you are integrating it with social studies. What is the manufacture date? When did they manufacture this? Okay, what is the expiry date? So you are teaching them about consumer, what it is, what is expiry date, what is manufacturing date. So it is expired, you are not supposed to eat this. So whenever you take a particular thing, just try to go out of the topic and try to relate it with other things also. At the same time, they are learning social. They are learning so many things that it's all related to life. It is all related. So Swiss chocolate, where is it prepared? How do they prepare it? Which places? So there are so many things that you can integrate. It's not, when you are teaching fraction, it shouldn't be just fractions, but try to go beyond your textbooks, all of us. Yeah, shapes and patterns. So this is shapes and patterns. You can obviously relate it to Warily paintings. These paintings are famous in Maharashtra. These are Maharashtra paintings. That's the culture of that place. That's the art and culture of that place. So you are integrating that. Through that, see, all pictures, if you can see here on the slides, are all shapes, made out of shapes. You have the triangle, you have the circle, you have the oval, you have squares, everything you can find here. So this is a beautiful way that you can truly integrate the lessons. Okay, here maths interdisciplinary. Now you are taking just money topic. It's money. Okay, now then you talk about the social currencies of different countries, the foreign exchange, what are the rates, what are the foreign exchange rates, what happens, what is dollar. So you can just compare with that, and children are learning the currencies of different countries. And science, when you take economy of that place, what is the natural resource of that place, what is adding to the country's economy, is it the gas or it is the minerals. So I'm sure you understood the pattern where I explained to you the last time. The same pattern you can continue with budgeting, planning, forecast. All this becomes an important part of mathematics and English when you say mathematical vocabulary expressions. So that becomes a part of English language. And everything, when it comes to any kind of project that you give to children, the ultimate thing has to be their creativity and their expression. It doesn't, whenever you give them a project, don't just collect their projects and dump it in a place, but rather give an opportunity for the children. Learning becomes complete only when you give an opportunity for the children to express themselves in the classroom. How did you make this project? How much time did you invest? How much money did you invest? So how much time did it take for you? So what are the difficulties and challenges that you faced? When you ask this question, and when the child is able to explain all these things, like, that is the time the child comes out with expression and his language building becomes very strong. So language is not to be taught only in English classrooms. It can be related to all the other subjects also. Yeah? Sorry. Yes. Now you see sample concepts, integrated activities. I'll not go through each and everything over here, but in a very short and crisp way, I would like to explain to you that how important maths basics are. I'm sure sir will agree, Matthew sir will surely agree that how when the children go up to 8th, 9th, 10th, I don't know how they reach. Not audible? Am I not audible? Someone says I'm not audible.
It's fine.
Hello?
Fine, ma'am.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So I'm sure you'll agree that when the children go to 8th, 9th, 10th, children have a lot of difficulty. Your teachers have difficulty because the children basics are not strong. I don't know how children reach up to 7th, 8th, 9th without even knowing the tables at time. The basics are very poor. That's why children suffer in higher classes. If the primary teachers focus a lot on this basics, I'm sure children will do wonders. Okay. Please use headphone in case you can't hear. Yes, okay, fine. So I request all of you to use your headphones. That will be better. How do you make the basics strong? Please listen to this and try it out, and please do it in your classrooms. Now you are taking the topic now, metric measurements. Let's take metric measures. Measurements, different metric measurements. When you are taking that, please don't do it. Just don't teach them in the air, or just writing on the board will not help the children. 1 meter is equal to so many centimeters. 1 kilogram is equal to so many grams. Blah blah lala and 1 meter. Till today, if we really have to introspect ourselves, till today I'll tell you, we are not able to understand the difference between inch, centimeter, meter, feet. We all say I'm 5.3. You are 5.3. You're tall. Okay, so and so feet tall. But do we know how to convert it into centimeters? So that's a big question mark. Okay, and nothing audible. Video and slide is paused.
The slide is not moving, but the video is clear. I think some are having issues. That's okay. I mean, we can't hear you.
No, but my slide is not moving.
Slide now it's moving. Sample concepts and which slide are you putting?
Yeah. Sample concept, integrated activities.
Yeah, we are seeing that.
Okay, fine. Okay, so here, that's what. So metric measurements when you say. So I request all of you, please bring a pouch of 5 ml. Bring a pouch. Now you have like shampoo. How much shampoo pouch? How much of ml it contains? Now biscuit packet. You're asking them a biscuit packet. How many grams does it contain? Ask them to see the wrapper. How many grams? So and so gram means how many biscuits are there in that? There's some kind of disturbance. Yes.
I think there are some participants who are not switching off their mic, which is causing disturbance here. I think being teachers, we should not be reminding you this. The rules were set before the webinar. I think it is good on your part. If you are unaware, please kindly switch off your microphones. Otherwise, we'll have to remove you from the meeting. I'm extremely sorry to say this, but we cannot cause any disturbance to the speaker. If we find that also there is a person who is annotating, we'll have to remove you from the meeting. I'm sorry to say this, but this has to be done. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Matthew sir. So when we say metric measurements, and especially when you are teaching them ml, you are teaching them liters. So bring the respective items to the classroom. Bring a pouch, small pouch. What is 5 ml? What is 10 ml? Ask them to take the liters. Now you have various cans, 1 liter, half liter. You have cans for everything. Bring it to the classroom. Maybe